Hey, sunshine.
Hello, hello. Welcome to Conversations with Celena. I'm super excited about tonight's episode. You all are in for a treat. Can you say treat? I love Miss Blossom, but before I'm gonna actually let her introduce herself because can't nobody tell it what like she can tell it. And baby, let me tell you what, she can definitely tell this story. And I'm so happy and thankful that she reached out to me and wants to share her story. And her story, her testimony will definitely bless you. So please go ahead and share this video, and we'll give you a minute to do that. Share, and we'll be right back. All right, so we want to give a shout out to Miss Jalecia Richard and her husband Alvin Richard. They are tonight's sponsors. And please go over and be sure to register for Jalecia's upcoming VIP brunch. You get 2 days, 2 days. Can you say one? She has increased by a day, and it is a VIP royal experience. I got my ticket. I hope you get yours because you do not want to miss out. So we want to just give her a shout out and thanks for sponsoring this tonight's episode. All right, so I'm going to let Miss Blossom introduce herself, but I'm just going to say that her name is Miss Blossom Butler. That's how she was born in New Smyrna Beach, Florida, on January the 15th. She was a teenage mom and she was raised by her great grandmother. So you all just give a warm welcome to Miss Blossom. I'm going to stop there because let me tell you, she's going to pick right on up where I left off. And and you don't have to worry. She's in. Y'all are in for a treat. I can't get my words out. I'm so happy. Look at my cheeks, Miss Blossom.
Hey, Queen, what's going on? What's going on, girl?
Look, I'm grinning because I know a little bit about it. So the little bit that I know just makes my heart smile because to me, you're just so bold and brave for sharing it. And you're completely, when I say completely transparent, and that's so hard for some people to do, and not just women. I was about to say women, but it's hard for people to be transparent, especially when they've been through so many traumatic experiences. So my cheeks and my words, I'm just gonna sit over here and be quiet and smile, just in awe of your testimony. And you're gonna look at me and you're gonna be like, "Girl, you know that already. Why are you acting all excited?" Because I am. I
When I
am.
when I tell you God is good, and I want people to know that it's okay to laugh. You know, a lot of people don't realize that laughter is good for the soul. So people say, "Well, so how can you laugh about stuff?" Because I'm free. You know what I'm saying? And if I can't be real with Blossom, I can't be real with none of y'all. But as y'all know, my name is Blossom. I am the proud mother of 3 sons, 12 grandbabies, and 3 great grandbabies. God has blessed me. I was on crack cocaine for 19 years, but God,
Wow.
I got 18 years clean. So I am the author of 4 books: From Under a Bridge 1, From Under a Bridge 2, and they laugh and when they laugh. Now I want y'all to hear me real well. We got two kinds of laughter. Are they laughing with you or at you? And I've had both of them done. So you need to know who's in your circle in this season. Because y'all, God is blessing his people, but we got to be in position for stuff. We just as sick as our secrets. So and you know what? I like this smoking crack cocaine. I like the smoking crack. I like the butt naked part. I like the everything. I just didn't like the consequences that came with it. So in book 1, I talk about how I got on crack cocaine. As we know, it's two M words that African Americans don't like to talk about. That's molestation and mental illness. Okay. So God has blessed me to deal with both of them. But I'm sitting here today, clean and sober, able to tell my story. And it's all because of the grace of God.
Yes.
Like I said, I have people that ask me, would you change anything? I wouldn't change a thing because it's making me the woman I am today. But God bless you. Let me tell you about book 1. Book 1, child. Book 1 tells you about my molestation. And for anybody who's been through that, y'all, we have to remember that we were children. And when I was coming up, you did what an adult told you to do. You didn't we couldn't go to school and tell nobody that Uncle Bubba or Daddy was doing this, or what we was taught, whatever happens in the house stays in the house. But exactly. As we know, we're just as sick as our secrets. Because so for 19 years, I told it around somebody else's secret. Then I talk about how I got pregnant at an early age, how I got married at an early age. My first husband said that he was in the military, and I said, oh, money, travel, I can get away from home. But as we know, we can't run away from our problems. Sometimes we are our problem, all right? Mm-hmm. And then I talk about how I got with the guy who was already on crack cocaine. And I don't know why we think that we could change somebody when we could barely change ourselves. And this brother was fine as all that does. And we got to be careful how we want somebody else's stuff. He had a woman. So I'm like, I'm going to take him and I'm going to change him. Didn't know when the beating he started taking my money. And by me going through the molestation, I had became a people pleaser because I didn't know where I fit in at. You know what I'm saying? My abuser told me that it was my fault that all these things happened. So, like I said, I still have to remind myself, yes, I went through that, but what am I going to do with the rest of my life? And so you'll hear about all that later on because I don't want y'all to miss nothing, okay? So then in book number 2, I talk about how I've been to prison. My prison number is 589931. I have that number for the rest of my life. It's just not a functional number. I talk about how God delivered me from a homosexual lifestyle because I had been molested and raped. I thought going with a woman was better. I'm not putting nobody down because I ain't got no heaven nor no hell to put nobody in. I'm talking about what Blossom did. Okay. Mm-hmm. I also talk about how I had a man to leave me for another man. This brother was fine as all outdoors, but he still left me for another man. So, dealing with my Lord esteem and then dealing with that right there, I was about this big. I also talk about how I was an unfit mother. My mom don't like me to say that at times, but y'all, I was an unfit mother. I was not worried about my boys. I gave my children to my mama and my great grandmother because they was getting in my way. And so I know y'all saying that was harsh. No, that was the best thing I could have done because the system could have probably ended up taking my kids, or with me being so careless, somebody could have molested my children. Mm-hmm. So I had to do what was right for me. And and it's well, I had to I had to get over that, you know what I'm saying? And it took a minute, but God, we have to remember once we ask God to forgive us, our past is our past. He don't even know what we're talking about when we keep coming saying, forgive me, forgive me. He's saying, what you talking about? But I done forgave you. I done stolen the lake of forgetfulness. You stop beating yourself up about it. So we have to remember we're saying that we're better than him in a sense, because if he done forgave us and forgot about it, why we keep thinking about the same thing? Mm-hmm. I used to live under a bridge in the backseat of my car. Due to my drug habit, due to me doing things like that I had no business doing. But I want somebody to hear me real well. Everybody got a bridge. My bridge might not be yours and yours might not be mine, but we all got a bridge. I talk about how I don't care what state I went to or what city I went to, I always end up smoking crack cocaine. And I used to say, well, how did I end up here? Because I was taking my worst as enemy. Then I also talk about my stays in a mental hospital. For one, where it started out, y'all, in Florida, if you have an addiction, you can get disability. So I was getting a check on the first and the third. So when my one friend, when she told me about the gig, I said, you get a check, girl? She said, yeah. I said, well, what you had to do? She said, you're going to act like you're crazy. Well, when I was coming up, it's the mental hospitals, they had people where they was getting shocked and all that kind of stuff. So I was saying, so what I need to do? She said, put on a hat and go in there and start yelling. I said, no, they'll keep me forever. I ain't going there, going in there like that. But I'm going to tell y'all one thing. I'm still a hustler. But I hustle for God now, okay? So I sat there and I talked to the doctor, and I was the biggest liar, y'all. I didn't tell lies. I hummed them. And I could still, you see all that stuff behind you, Queen? I'd have stole all that. All that would have been gone. You said, where my stuff? They said, Blossom got it. People couldn't trust me in their house because I was going to pick the stuff up. See that blue in your shirt? I'd have walked past you and took the blue out your shirt. You just had a shirt on.
Oh my God.
So God had to work with me. I would go to somebody's bathroom. They say, did she take toilet paper?
Oh Lord, not the toilet paper, Miss Blossom.
Baby, I was a thief. I was a liar. I couldn't be trusted. I was too scared to live, too scared to die. I was the kind of person that tried to kill herself one time, but I made sure one damn bullet in there. I looked in the chamber and all, right? Because I didn't want nothing going off accidentally. Because I couldn't talk about what. Let me tell you one thing. When you see somebody out there smoking, walking around, or when you see people on Facebook smoking and crime, we didn't grow up saying we wanted to be crackheads. You understand me? It's always a route to why we get drunk and high. You can live in the most prettiest house there is, but when you drive up to that house, it's got all these branches and leaves in the yard, and it makes the house look ugly. But until you cut the root of that issue, and mine was being molested. And, a lot of people ask me, how can you freely talk about it? God had to teach me how to forgive my abuser, because I'm not taking up for my abuser. But something had to happen to him in order for him to inflict that on me. Hurt people hurt people. Then God had to teach me how to forgive myself, because y'all, I did a lot of things out there I was not raised to do. Yes, I used to cry because of the things I had done. I was on crack so bad, y'all. This the got him to me. I was smoking $500 to $600 a day, all right, or more. But I was on crack so bad. If the dope boy said, Blossom, I'll give you an ounce if you sleep with Lassie. If Lassie wouldn't have helped me got my crack, I'd have beat Lassie down. That's how bad of a crackhead. I was wearing 2 pair of pants. I didn't like water, and water didn't like me. You used to could smell me coming before you see me coming. You know how you look at
buttermilk. That hot buttermilk.
What? Baby, looked like Tales from the Crypt and smelled like hot buttermilk. You know how people, because I didn't take no bath. Girl, I used to have hair all up under my arm. I used to braid and put beads on it. And I thought I was the prettiest. Girl, mess around and tell me I wasn't pretty. Baby, we got a fight going on. And people hate to see me coming. You know how you look at the blind and say, oh, here come Mary. Girl, they would look at the blind and say, oh, Lord, here come Blossom. They picked their whole house up and moved, because I was a crackhead. I was a mean crackhead, a mean alcoholic, because nobody would let me talk about what I had been through. And y'all, it's so important. I'm not saying we were just supposed to let people just dump all their problems on us, but it's so important nowadays just to listen to somebody. You might be stopping that person from going to blow their brains out. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not saying for you to let people take advantage of you, because we, as addicts, we can do that. We can maneuver, because, we some smart people, because we had to watch out for the police. We had to make sure we didn't get no beat dope. We had to make sure that the so-called friends around us was in pickpocket. So we had to do a lot of maneuvering. You know what I'm saying? So I have people that ask me now when they see me on different TV shows and stuff like that. When God bless me, I was on Pastor Clifford Dollar's show.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, God allowed me to be myself, and Pastor Dollar allowed me to be myself. He said, Blossom, if you're not a comedian, you should be. God had me up there with a millionaire, y'all. Back in the days, I'd have tucked his shoes. Do you hear me? But I'd have sold it. If I sold a pack of neck bones, you know I'd have sold them shoes. So, like I said, it's about laughter. It's about y'all having a good time because God y'all. I talk about in my book how I had a man that was HIV positive. We never had safe sex. He never told me. But I'm sitting here today, 18 years clean, don't have AIDS, don't have HIV. Unfortunately, he died 11 years ago due to complication. And I don't know why people want to make it seem so scientific. Your immune system was so, no, that was the blood of Jesus that covered me. You know what I'm saying? That was blood. Even when I was taking all that medication because they had diagnosed me as bipolar, schizophrenic, and I still was drinking, and I still was smoking crack, you know what I'm saying? But I'm here, I should be in somebody's nursing home with a diaper on, picking flowers nobody can see but me, and scratching in areas that's not itching. That God is a good. Yeah, I'm just being Queen. I'm just being honest about Blossom. You know what
Oh
I'm saying?
gosh, you are
Just being
hilarious.
honest.
Blossom.
So like I
Yeah.
said, it's about like I said, when you can be true to yourself, you can be true to anybody else. I don't care what people say about me. As long as they don't put their hands on me, because I still know how to cuss you out, but I choose not to. I still know how to slap your eyebrows off, but I choose not to. Today, I asked God to fight my battle. He said he'll fight the battles for us. You understand me? I've had so many people. When I was out there smoking, I had these 3 girls. They beat me so bad, but see, I put myself in that predicament. You know what I'm saying? One was beat me in the back, one was kicking me, and one spit on me. You know what I'm saying? But we have to be careful how we handle people because we don't know when God gonna rise that person up. Psalms 105 verse 15 says, "Touch my anointing, do my prophets no harm." Y'all, we have to be careful. We have to
Yes,
be careful.
say that.
So, like I said, just I was in and out of rehab, in and out of jail, just back and forth to the hospital. And y'all, one time I had been out there, I had been up like maybe almost 2 weeks, just smoking and running, smoking and running. I was so tired. But the last charge I had was an aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. And God bless it. I had already been to prison. When I was in prison, my brother died. I couldn't come home to the funeral. So I used that as a crutch. I used a lot of things as a crutch. My children didn't love me. Let's go get high. We used to have so much of smoke coming out the hotels, girl. They thought we was Indians up in there. That's just how much of smoke was coming out of. I couldn't go back into the hotels because they said I had left. I tried to check into one hotel one time, and they said, Blossom? I said, yeah. Oh, she can't come back here. I said, why not? She left some crack in our room. So I was high to leave some crack behind. So like I said, God is just I mean, sometimes when I tell people my story, they be like, you did all I was out there robbing people. I was the getaway car. I mean, out there just threesomes and just smoking dope and I was just tore up from the floor up. But God said he's so good. So I had a 3-year sentence, but I ended up doing 12 months off of that. But I had them violated, so I was facing 9 years. And my mom was like, Blossom, you could do the probation. I wasn't finna pay them people. I wasn't finna go check in. Let me go do my time. So after 9 years, with all the credit I had back then, I'd have did 5 to the door. I said, well, let's go with it. Because I can't do no probation. Okay. So we went to court. I come out there with my handcuffs on. I'm standing there like I'm trying to act like Scarface, like all tough. So they went the same judge that sentenced me to prison the first time was up there again. So I didn't want him to see that I was kind of scared. So I'm standing there all puffed up with them plaques all in my head, my lawyer next to me. But it was a guy sitting over in the jury box. And at this time, the judge said, so y'all want me to send, my name was White at the time. He said, so y'all want me to send Miss White back to prison. Give me a reason, look in the law book. So the state attorney over there just flipping the books. They were flipping the books, so it was so much of wind flying. I said, they really trying to send me back to prison. So at this time, the judge looked at this man in the jury box, and the man just nodded his head. So at this time, the judge swung his legs back down, and he wasn't saying these big words. And so at this time, my lawyer said, "Oh my God." I said, "What?" I went to cry because I got scared there. I said, what they talking about? He said, "I've never seen this before." So I thought they had to sentence me over the 9 years, but I'm going to tell you how good God is. God bless it. I walked out that courtroom, no probation, no time, no nothing. So when I got out, I started going to church with my mama. Joined the church, was going to church faithfully, but hadn't dealt with my issues. If we don't deal with our issues will deal with us. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I end up backsliding and start back drinking. And I, the old saints tell you got to tarry for the Holy Ghost. But this the God having too. I looked. I was at the window and I had a can of beer in my hand, and I remember how good it felt in church, and how I was seeing people that were speaking in tongues. And I remember I looked in the sky and said, "Lord, if it's Your will, to give me utterance of tongue," and He anointed me right then and there. So I went back out, and as you know, when we go back out, it's 7 times worse. That's just like when we go back to sin, 7 times worse. So God bless it. I went back and forth again, back and forth again. But this one time, I end up, I still got the clothes I had on the night that God called me out the crack house. It was a shirt, shoes, purse, and 1 pair of underwear. Now, I don't know what I had on at the bottom. I pray to God I had on something that night, because sometimes, it was just one of them days. But I was sitting inside of the crack house, and I was in the kitchen, and I had a piece of paper, and I took it out and started writing God. Now, I still smoking crack. And you know what killed me? People talking about, "You were smoking crack writing God." God already know what we doing. He know, you know what? That's like He waited for that woman at the well. He knew Blossom was going to go get into that homosexual lifestyle. He said, "But I'm gonna sit right here and wait for her." He knew that I was gonna be a prostitute. He said, "But I'm gonna sit right here and wait for her." No matter what He said, I'm gonna wait for her, because He know what He had in store in me. So I was take another hit and write. So the girl house I was in, she came in, and she said, she gave another hit of crack. I said, "The next time you see me, I'll be clean and sober." And she laughed. God bless it. I took another hit, wrote some more, put the paper in my purse, and I put the purse on my shoulder, and I checked myself into the hospital, because if I didn't, I knew I was going to die there. So God bless it. The next day, they was doing my assessment, and the lady asked me, she said, "Blossom, are you willing to be relocated?" Now, I got some partners back home who was able to get clean and sober in our town, but I wasn't one of them. So God sent me to Miami. I said, now, if I try to play games like I did in Daytona, they're going to kill me down here. And it was time to change. The time had came. So God bless me. I stayed down there, did my inpatient, I did my outpatient, started working, met another guy. We ended up getting married. And then when my season ended in Miami, we moved here to Alabama. Now, I want people to know, even though I'm 18 years clean, we still going to have life issues, all right? As I told y'all, I was the kind of person that got high if a bird got hit. Bird dead, let's go get high, all right? I ain't have to have no reason. I remember one time I went to sleep, I had the stem in this part of the bra and the crack over this one. And I remember waking up and said, "Lord, thank you." I was thanking God I had crack to wake up with, okay?
Wow.
I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. And we know we can never, what we be chasing is that very first high. We'll never get that high again. Mentally, we know that, but we still think, I'm going to go over here to this dope boy he got. I'm going to go over to this dope boy. So we moved here to Alabama, and he's my ex now, but we're good friends. But I had a woman to call me and tell me she had been in my home. He had an affair. Now, back in the days, I was thinking at first, because I was a fighter, I said, now, I need to go over her, cut him, get on a tricycle, and get back to Florida. I hadn't sat there, but you know what? The Holy Ghost took her. I was going to ride a tricycle up out of Alabama and get back to Florida. But you know what? Ain't nobody worth me going back up on the bridge. So I cried out to the Lord, because I wanted to make sure I was doing the right thing, because I had Sister Knock Knock and Sister So Funny telling me to stay with her. You know what I'm saying? But for anybody that's going through something, ask God. God will remove it for you. He will remove it for you. Ask God. You know what the problem is with us at times, there's nothing wrong with the throne. It's something wrong with the cell phone. Because we'll pick that cell phone up and ask somebody what you think I should do. And their house just as jacked up as ours. And nobody has a perfect family. If Adam and Eve's family was jacked up, ours is going to be jacked up. Go to the Lord when you need an answer. Okay? So we got the divorce, but I didn't go back to getting high. Then my home, I lost that to foreclosure due to I couldn't afford the bills, you know. But I didn't go back to getting high. Brand new car, repo, but I didn't go back to getting high because all that stuff God's gonna give me back double for my trouble. He's gonna give me beauty for my ashes. I'm gonna be a millionaire one day. Y'all remember this day, August 25th, 2022. Yes. I'm gonna be a millionaire. I'm standing on that. So God bless me. Then I started writing the books. Okay. Then he started opening doors where I started getting speaking engagements. You know, they was like, well, you know, and I'm like this. People ask me, do I have a PR person or a manager? No. The same energy I used to knock on the dope boy door, can I do this or do that for a hit or crack, is the same thing I do when it come on show. Queen can tell you, hello, I would like to come on your show to tell my story.
Yes.
Either they gonna say yay or nay. Either we're gonna barbecue or mildew. We got to start pressing. Don't sit around and wait for nobody. God gave everybody the same kind of faith. You got to make something happen. You got to make something happen. Don't sit around. You know, even when I was out there smoking crack, ain't none of us got no dope. I don't like to be around nobody talking about I'm fitna go make a lick. How you spell fitna? Either we gonna do it or how you spell fitna, Queen? Either we gonna do it overnight. You gotta make something happen. I wouldn't care if your gift is drawing on eyebrows. You know how much money they make for drawing eyebrows? I was telling Queen before the show, you know, your gifts will make room for you, but your character will keep you in the room. See, when I was a little girl, I talked all the time. People used to say, girl, sit down somewhere. Stop talking so much. But look at me now. God bless me. Clifford Dollar Show. 5 projects with TBN. Had my own TV show. How that happened was I was on somebody's TV getting interviewed, and we went to a commercial. And I said, sis, thank you for allowing me to come back. She said, Blossom, no, thank you for being so transparent. See, the reason I like to tell on myself, because can't nobody else try to come and tell nothing. When they try to come and tell you about Blossom, oh, she already told me about that. Okay? That's why I used to try to tell my ex-husband, I don't care what you do in them streets. Come tell me first. So when somebody do try to come and tell me, oh, I already know about that. Let us sit down and try to. But see, he didn't recognize what I was trying to. He had a true woman. I'm not gonna say that we probably didn't go to therapy or nothing like that. But as long as you keep the table open, keep the communication going, because people don't have communication. That's why so much is going on. So many people break out of friendship because of communication. Like I said, open up. But no, I really can't say that because everybody's not on the same level. You understand me? But I don't care about the age. It's a mental part. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, once I went through all that, and so I told her, I got ready. I was looking at the lights up in the ceiling. And I was getting ready to say, I wish I had my own show, but the cameraman pointed at us to let us know it was coming back on. So at this time, after the show, the producer came out of the booth. He said, great show, ladies. We both said, thank you. So they was unmocking me. And at this time, he said, Blossom. I said, yes, sir. He said, when you're ready, we got a TV show for you. I said, who? I smoke crack. I done sold your TV and your TV. And God bless me. Now, if you go pull it up, you're going to have to pull up the Blossom Rogers show. Because if you say the Blossom show, that little white girl going to come on. But I had a TV show out of Tupelo, Mississippi. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I'm saying. I used to be up under a bridge. And God has blessed me where I'm here on this show tonight. Had my own TV show. When you Google my name, when I used to tell people Google my name, that meant I was to see if I had a warrant for my arrest. But now, when I tell people Google Blossom Rogers, girl, I seen all that good stuff they was talking about me. I broke that crowd. I said they talking good about me because I was so used to people talking bad about me. But now, when you Google Blossom Rogers, you see the things that God has allowed me to accomplish. And like I tell people, if you don't believe in yourself, nobody else ain't gonna believe in you. You got to sell yourself at times. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, just started doing the traveling and everything, and God started opening doors, and I'm gonna tell y'all one thing. Now I work for the University of Alabama. Y'all, let me tell you how good God is. When God calls you, He will qualify you. All right. I went to school down in Miami. Was in college, had enrolled in college. They said if you don't have your diploma, you're gonna have to get a diploma before we can even, complete everything. So I took their course. I was doing the the diploma part while I was doing my college. Now, y'all, I worked on this diploma with state jobs, city jobs, had never had no problem. But I'm just telling you how good God is. So when I went for the job here at the University of Alabama, I work in research dealing with opioid epidemic. Now, when my background came back, my supervisor said, Blossom, you got 8 pages. Are you sure they didn't make a mistake? I said, no, ma'am. Everything on there, down to the period, I did. That's when they found out that the diploma was a fraud. But I'm going to tell y'all how God is. God had them people to sit down, the dean and all of them to sit down and had a plan for Blossom. Y'all can go on and hire her, but she got a year to get her diploma. So when the epidemic hit, we started working from home. So God bless me. I got my diploma in 90 days. So what I'm saying is, even though there was an Ishmael, God still had an Isaac. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm just telling y'all, if God did all this for me, He'll do it for you. Then a year ago, because my books is going to be on the film one day. So I had a team that was doing my documentary, and they called me, and we talked, and then we hung up. So they called me back about 45 minutes later. They said, Miss Blossom, they had me on speak. I said, yeah, but y'all, I'm scratching because I was asleep. And these right here, they come out at night like stars, my teeth. I had them in a bowl, so I wasn't talking right. I said, yeah, baby. They said, we want to tell you about our film that we're doing. Y'all, and be careful how you speak so fast, because I was finna say, well, what that got to do with me? But the Holy Ghost kept my mouth. So they started telling me about the movie. I said, well, that sounds good. They said, we want to give you a part. I said, who? Me? I said, the only time I act when I was out in the streets, so I can get me a hit of crack. That's the only time I act. So at this time, they said, we want to give you a part. So I got excited, y'all. And so the cameraman's wife said, Miss Blossom, you're going to get paid for being there. So, I said straight up there, paid. But I'm going to tell y'all how good God is. Now, y'all, I smoked crack. I was a prostitute, a homosexual. I had been molested, had been raped, had been to prison, mental institution. But God showed me favor.
Wow.
I said, well, what part? I said, I'm thinking I'm just going to have a part sitting over in the corner. I'd have been happy with that. God bless it. That young man said, we want to give you the lead part. I said, who are you talking about? Me? Gosh, I said, so I went to studying, y'all. I said, so he said, yes, ma'am, we want to give you the lead. Now, the name of the film is called A Grandmother's Faith, and I play Miss Maybelline Johnson. And y'all, God bless it, when I was on the set, we filming out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. Can't nobody ever take that feeling from me, because when they was making me up, I play a 77-year-old lady. When they was making me up, can't nobody ever take that feeling from me, because God put me in a spot. He had that already predestined for me all this time. So like I said, we gotta go back on the set. Yeah, Grandmother's Faith, and I play Miss Maybelline Johnson. And so God bless me. That's why I'm telling somebody, don't let people tell you what you can't do. Only person can stop you is you. That's the only person that can stop you. I'm telling y'all, if God bless me, I work for the University of Alabama. When they gave me my keys to my office, you know how little children say, this mine? Y'all, I was so excited because I was a thief. But now, when I walk, I'm up there with people that got PhDs and DVDs. Only thing I got is a a, a high school diploma, two of them. I got two of them. But God has showed me favor. Favor is more than money, anything else. Do you understand what I'm saying? So then 6 years ago, 2014, God bless me, I became a nonprofit organization, which is called From Under a Bridge, Safe Haven Home for Women. 6 years ago, I went before Habitat, sat down, told my story the way I'm telling y'all. And I was asking them, could they build me a home for women that want to stay clean and sober? They said, Blossom, as soon as you get your status, we'll see what we can do. So once I became a 501c3, I called them. And they said, Blossom, unfortunately, we can't build a house for you because our grants build home for single parents and family members. I said, yes, ma'am. She said, but we had a meeting about you. There we go again. They had a meeting. God touched their house hard. They gave me some land. All right. So I got my land, my blueprints, my building permit. I've been approved by God in the city. We get to house 6 women instead of 3 women. So now I'm waiting on God to give me the provision. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, washer, dryer, kitchen, nook area. These women can stay from 8 months to a year, getting themselves back. This will be a transitional home for women. My second home will be called Tears from Under a Bridge because I cried many tears up under that bridge, and that'll be for women and children. When I was up under that bridge, if I didn't have money for a hotel, I couldn't find nobody to trick with. I slept in a 1993 Dynasty. And the back seat was my bedroom. Many nights I cried because I had crack or I didn't have crack or I was on crack. This was an area, y'all, where people came out there to fish 24/7. It was people out there all times of night. But nobody ever touched me. Only time I got in trouble is when I got in the front seat and went to West Side. But I remember listening to all them cars cross that bridge. I say, them people up there living, and I'm down here dying because I was worried about what people was going to say. But God freed me from what people say. And that's what we need to ask for prayer. Free me from people. Yes, the dope, yes, the alcohol, but free me from people. Because I used to tell people that I can get a black eye from somebody. It depends on how hard you hit me. The black eye only gonna last 2 weeks. But if somebody say a word to you, it's gonna stick with you for the rest of your life. So we have to be careful how and what we say to our children, to anybody, because one word might make somebody go blow their brains out. You understand what I'm saying? So I just want to say again, don't worry about what people say. When it came to the books, I was scared because I hadn't told the family secret. I was happy because I was an author, and I was scared because the family. Yeah, and all hell broke loose. But I had to tell them, when I stand before the Lord, I'm going to be accountable. Because the book is not to hurt anybody. The book is to help somebody. I've even had men to read the books and tell me how they were raped as little boys. Now, it's not normal. It is not normal when we hear about little girls. But when you hear a man say how he was raped at 6 years old, that's powerful. So we got to be careful, y'all. We got to be careful. If we can't help, we shouldn't hinder. We shouldn't hinder. Am I perfect? No. But do I serve a perfect God? Yes, I do. And I just want somebody to hear me. And if you can't afford to get the books offline, if you send me an email address, I'll send you copies of the book, Planting a Seed, because that I want somebody to know that they're not the only one going through something. You know, because the enemy has us thinking, oh, you're the only one. You had that man to leave you. But the first time I shared that, I had a woman to raise her hand. You know what I'm saying? So what I've been through, somebody else done been through it or going through it now. You know how many older women we got around here that were molested and they couldn't talk about it, and they in their 80s and 90s. You know what I'm saying? Because they couldn't talk about it back then. But I'm here tonight telling you, if God did all that for me, don't you think that he'll do it for you? That's the kind of God we serve. We got to y'all press through. You know, I don't want to be in a nursing home hollering, help, help, and just thinking about what I could have done. I don't want to live like that. I don't want to live like that. Um, I have some partners who used to smoke with me. We used to smoke lovely. They could take a sip of wine and put it down. I'm an alcoholic, so I don't play with it. Because if I drink wine, I'm going to Captain Morgan. Me and Captain Morgan had a good time out there, and then I'm going to smoke some crack. So you got to know what you can and what you can't do. You understand me? Don't sit there and be trying to hang out with the Joneses and you know you the Thompsons. You better know what you can and can't do. But like I said, my name is Blossom, and if you need me, give me a call at 305-753-8164 or hit me up on Facebook or Instagram, Blossom Rogers, or send me an email, BLOS, the number 2 white at yahoo.com. And the books, you can find them at Barnes and Noble or Amazon. But what I really want to say to y'all tonight, and I put this on my Facebook page, hashtag watch God work. Because the same God that do for me, he'll do for you. Don't hold on to your secrets. And like I said, if you were molested as a child, and that's what we were, children. We were children. The adult, and even if somebody was touching you in an appropriate area, that's still a form of molestation. So don't let nobody tell you, oh, Bubba didn't mean that. He was just, girl, he didn't mean to touch you. Yes, Bubba did. Bubba knew that. You know how Bubba is with the polyester pants and a bottle of liquor in the back pocket and be talking about, Gail, come here, Gail. Them the kind of people I'm talking about. Them the kind of people I'm talking about. So like I say, free yourself. Stop being up under that bridge so that you can walk over the bridge to your dream. But like I said, I can't tell you everything. And you're gonna have to go get the book or get in touch with me so you can get the book, because you can't, some people can't handle everything, you know what I'm saying? Now that's another book coming out. It's gonna be called Beyond the Bridge. That's where all the stuff. And you know what I'm even talking about? Yes, I'm saved, sanctified, and filled with the Holy Ghost. How I had started let me see how I can say this the proper way. After my divorce, I was looking for love in all the wrong places. Being saved, sanctified, and filled with the Holy Ghost. Because us women need to talk about that too. We need to talk about that too. So like I said, I had to ask God, and I had to rededicate my body back to God as a woman of God. You understand me? So I know I got somebody out there that you can't talk about that stuff, but we can talk to God about it. Anything I've talked to God about, I can't nobody come back and tell me God told me that you said this. So like I said, if it's anything I could do for anybody, don't hesitate to give me a call. Now, Queen, I'm going to turn it back over to you, because I ain't give you a damn chance to talk tonight on your show.
I absolutely loved it. Like, it's almost like you bring such energy to even a negative topic. Like you said, we don't talk about mental health, we don't talk about molestation, but this is the platform that almost was born from those two words, and abuse. So it's like it's so many people out there that have experienced it and they're not free to talk about it.
Right.
I'll have to say that I began to talk about it. I'm not as free as you are, just because, like you said, when you start telling it, people gonna fall out with you,
Yeah.
and so
But you know what? It's a process. It's a process.
and you
You
got to
can't
be
just,
prepared for that.
yeah. You jump out there too fast, you mess yourself up. You understand
Yes.
me? And because you're gonna have people look at you all fun. First time I had somebody do me like this, when I talked about how us having threesomes, and it was a black lady. She's like, "Oh," I said, "Wait a minute. If you had a man to cheat on you and then came back home, that's a threesome. Don't get it twisted, boo boo. Please don't get it twisted." So we can't look at the faces. You just gotta tell them, "Thus said the Lord." But like I said, God will let you know when it's time to run out there. He'll let you know. So like I said, it's a process. It is a process.
Yeah, because sometimes even when you feel like it's time to run out there, you be ready to run back. You be like, "Oh, wait a minute, that
You be like,
don't
"Oh,
feel
I
good."
didn't mean to tell that part right there." Now, let me tell you one thing. For me, just to say what I said about how I had to rededicate my body, that's the first time I spoke of that, because I need to say that for Blossom. You know what I'm saying? And I probably need to say it for somebody else, because we are women. We're still women. We still want to be loved. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, God is a good God. He's a good God.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. And that is a lot to digest. But everyone in the chat, they're just thanking you for sharing your testimony and being so transparent. Because I'm telling you, this is a story like Maya. When she told her story, that was really the first time that I had heard somebody just be like, "Whoop, this is how it is. It's in a book. It's out here for the world. No matter who I fell out with, no matter who don't like it, this is for me to be free."
Right, right. Hey,
And not
Maya.
only for me to be
Hey.
free,
Like I said,
look at
and
that
that's
on that leg.
okay. Like she said, like she all said, girl, you better work it, girl. Don't make me put my bang to the side, baby. And let me tell y'all one thing. I used to have dreads down in my thighs because they represented my clean time. But now I'm dealing with this woman called alopecia. But if I ever get enough length, I can't reattach them. You understand me? So, like I said, and you know
I
what?
enjoyed you tonight, Miss Blossom, and just listening to you, been through the stuff, going through the stuff that I've been through, and listening to your story about when you say when you was sleeping in the back of the car and you used to listen to the cars over the bridge. I was telling Miss Sunshine that when we was on our way to a speaking engagement last week, I was like, I used to stay in them apartments right there. I used to just look out the window at the cars,
Mhm.
like life just passing me by and
Yeah.
just write and cry and thinking I was always gonna be stuck where I was. But look at God.
Yeah, because the enemy had us thinking like that. You understand what I'm saying? The enemy had us think, and that's his job. So our job is to tell him, you know what you talking about is irrelevant because I'm gonna be somebody. I'm gonna be a millionaire. I keep telling myself I'm gonna be a millionaire. I want to leave a legacy for my children, grandchildren, and great grandchildren, and not just funds, but wisdom to let them know. Yes, my mama did all these things in the beginning, but what did she do with the rest of her life? My passion is to get these women off the street, get these mothers and children, you know what I'm saying? Because I've been there, you know what I'm saying? So, like I said, it's a process that we got to go through, a process. But like I said, if anybody need me, don't hesitate to call me.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I jumped up to grab these because I'm gonna start saying it out of my mouth. But this is what I be looking at every day.
Wow. Bless. Wait, them real?
No,
Listen, that mind has started thinking, how can I get over there and get one?
I cannot take it. Look, them old habits gonna come back. She gonna steal it straight.
Listen, I had to start plotting.
Yes, my friend sent me these, and so she had them all laminated. I mean, they even got the strip across to make you think they're real, don't
Listen, that's why I said, is them real? Wait a minute.
Yeah.
But I'm still in recovery. I'm still in recovery. Because I was thinking about coming over there and laying y'all down for that. But you see, we can still laugh. Even though y'all, we went through so much of pain, we can still laugh. Laugh is good for the soul. When I was coming up, we was in a house party. So, I had a bolo, broke up potato chips, trying to be a hostess. And my cousin, God bless his dead, he said, sit down, baby bubble lips. I cried. I want the lip operation at the age of 11. But look at these people now. They're going to get their lips blown up. All I got to do is put some lipstick on and carry on. You see what I'm saying? So when people try to put you down, okay. Don't get it twisted. Don't These people going to get they paying to get their lips blowed up, but I don't have to. So it's about when you love yourself, can't nobody else try to make you feel bad. Can't nobody.
Miss Blossom, somebody told me I had a big forehead on here.
Oh, okay, Ann. It is. See, now I was trying not to laugh. I was finna encourage you, but it's okay, baby. I can see it, but it's all right. It's okay. It's okay.
You can't worry about that kind of stuff, but it's called growth. When you're young, people can really hurt you. Because I think wasn't that you saying that in public your stepdad would criticize you, and then in private he come in trying to give you all these compliments so that he could
Yeah, do what he doing. And you know what? My heart, you know what my problem was? I was trying to defend and prove all them years. But one thing I've learned, as long as God know, he know, and I know, that's all that matters. And anything we do for the Lord, it's gonna last. All right? It's gonna last. And I don't have no kind of hatred for him or not. I have no hatred for. I feel sorry for him because he's not free. I am. He still hasn't admitted to what he done, but all is well. All is well. Because for 19 years, I was holding his secret and everybody else was still living.
And they go on like ain't nothing happened. And the wife, the children, they all think they got this upstanding, great father, husband, whatever.
Yeah.
And not knowing they are sleeping with the enemy, the monster, the pedophile. They just.
And the sad part is something had to have happened. He didn't grow up saying he just wanted to molest a child. Something had to have happened for him to inflict that on me. And that's what helps me to. That's what helped me to forgive him. That's what. And the forgiveness is not for him. The forgiveness is for us, so we can carry on. Because God's going to use our story to be able to help the next woman. You know what I'm saying? They think it's cute when these little girls get out here and shaking their body and all that kind of stuff. That's enticing these men. You understand what I'm saying? Because when I was coming, you get to shaking out there, your mama came out there and put something with you. But if it's a generational curse, that has to be broke. And that's what I believe God raised me up to do, to break that curse on the women's side of my mom's side. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, all is well.
All is well. That was awesome. Maya, what you got to say over there?
I'm just listening to Miss Blossom. I'm glad I was just sitting backstage listening, and I was like, this lady blessed me so much. She don't even know it, because we made it out. And like you said, you got to get up and you got to call these people because like you said, my book going to be a movie. My life going to be a movie. I've been saying that, but I'm like, God, how I'm going to do this? How I'm going to do that? But I'm going to keep pressing, and it's going to happen. I'm going to keep working towards it, and it's going to happen.
I'm gonna be a millionaire. I'm gonna travel. They all gonna know Blossom. You got to speak that thing. You got to speak it, y'all. We got to.
Yes.
Keep on fanning them, fanning that money if you want to. I want me some of them right there so I can look at them. That's mine right there. Cause you know what, y'all? God's gonna give us beauty for our ashes. He can't lie. God can't lie. You understand me? So like I said, God didn't hook us up for no reason. You understand me? But one thing, us women, we got to encourage each other. It ain't nothing wrong with me telling y'all some beautiful women, because that ain't gonna take nothing from me. Some women, we feel like if we tell another woman she's doing good, like, no, because what's for you is for you, and what's for me is for me. And if we can help each other, okay, so let that be. But it goes back to the mentality. It goes back to the mentality. Either you're going to barbecue or mildew, one of the two. So, but I had a good time hanging out with y'all, and I asked God to bless y'all queens, and no weapons formed against you shall prosper. And we're going to see each other in October. And like I said, and for the ones that are on the line, tell them that all is well and to pursue their dreams. And remember, watch God work. And it starts here. It starts tonight. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? So like I said, I ain't gonna be on here long, but I love y'all. We'll talk soon. Let me give a phone number again. Did you have it up?
Let me see. Hold on a second. Where my assistant at?
Because I'm going to text you. I text you like Miss Blossom, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to hit your line.
Listen, I had my earpiece in my phone was in my purse. So when Queen called me, she sounded like she's a bill collector. So, I had to put my bill collector. I said, yes. She said, you ready? I said, she's talking about paying a bill. Wait a minute. Then I call her. I said, "Oh, hey, boo, how you doing?" You know, you got to transform, honey. You got to
Yes,
transform.
yes, yes. And what did you say? Your secret is your what?
Your, 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 your secret is your worst enemy. Because when I was keeping that secret for somebody else, I was the one that was out there smoking crack, looking like tail from the crib and smelling like hot buttermilk. Our secrets were, girl, I used to stink so bad. And if I didn't listen, I was on crack so bad. When somebody come to your house with a lot of money, you don't want them to leave. So this one night, y'all, it was lightning. I mean, God. So they said, who's gonna go get the crack? Y'all, I got on a bicycle with a plastic bag on with an umbrella going to buy some dope. So like I said, you know, we don't allow the enemy to use us. I don't allow men to use me, women to use me. So now I'm letting God use me. We just as sick as our secrets.
That's sick as our secret. That's what it was.
Yeah, sick as our secrets.
Because I never heard that phrase before.
Huh?
I said I had never heard that phrase before, but you're right, because when you hold that in day after day, year after year, it's just like a cancer just eating you up.
Like you're choking.
Oh my gosh.
And then you wonder why you got high blood pressure and all this kind of stuff. Because we holding on to secrets. You can find somebody else's secret. Huh?
Somebody else's secret at that. Because we're holding it for us. We really want to let it go, but trying to protect them. And where did that come from? That it's our job to protect them.
Right.
I don't even know where that stems from. I guess
because that's what they put in our mind.
Whatever happens in this house stays in this house mentality.
Because you didn't give mama food out. You didn't let nobody in her house when she went home. And you didn't go to that school and tell nobody nothing. And then we got beaten back then. You go to whole school with a belt print on your face. What happened, Bloss? Nothing. Because you did not tell stuff that happened on in the house. But like I said, you know, we thank God that we're able to talk about stuff today as women. And that's what we are, women. And like I said, if it's anything I could do to help, give me a call.
Is that the correct number?
Yeah, yes, that's it. Yeah. So tell anybody who want a free book, tell them to give me a call and send me their email, and I'll send them a PDF file from Under Bridge 1 and 2, because it's called Planting a Seed. Oh. I see somebody say they want to connect with me.
Yes, that's Clarissa.
Bless her heart. So like I said, love y'all. I'm going in. Y'all know I just got over this COVID thing. And y'all know what to do if you need me.
Yes, so you'll have to come back whenever I don't know how you could be even more amazing than tonight, but when you're feeling better, I really would like for you to come back, because this was a special treat. Isn't that right, Maya?
Yes, it was.
All you got to do is text me a date and I'll put it on my calendar. That's what it's about. And like I said, y'all, we got to get together with y'all situation. And I'm excited about y'all coming up this way. So you got to design the flyer.
Yes, ma'am. I'll get it approved by Maya.
Okay.
Sure she likes the picture. We need a new picture. We need a picture. So we'll get us a picture and get us a flyer over to you.
All right, but I love y'all and God bless.
Okay,
yes,
love
and thank you for reaching out. Thank you so much. Love you. Well, Mike, I appreciate you jumping in. I know Miss Blossom said that she wasn't going to be with us too long, but she's amazing.
She is.
I'm glad that she reached out.
She is. I love her. I love her.
Isn't there something how you just meet somebody and you're like, oh my goodness, I love her?
I do, because it makes me feel like I ain't the only one. Like, especially when you find somebody you can relate to, and then she's further, like I'm just jumping out there and she's further. You know, she took the steps I took, and it just like, I can do this. Like, I can really do this.
Yes, you can. You can really do this. And I ain't quite there yet, but I'm working on it. So I can do this too, you know?
Yeah. You got this.
Well, she's right. Like you got to be careful whenever you jump out there. You can't just because I jumped and then I was ready to go crawl back under a rock and say, "Did I really just say that?" You know. But the truth is, yes. But we overcome by our testimony, and in the process, we help other people, and that really is, what it's about, helping other people. And she done blessed me tonight with that testimony.
Me too. Me
Mm-hmm.
too. And she kept it so real. Like,
Oh my God. Every time, because I watched some of her videos before, we came live, and every interview, it's like, this is me. This is what I did. And the doors are just opening for her because you can tell the transparency, the sincerity, and the love that and the energy. I mean, so
right.
well, did you have anything you want to say before we close out, girl?
You can do it. Keep going. Like Miss Blossom said, it ain't too much to say after that. Like,
It
keep
ain't too much
going.
to say. I know, I
We
know.
can do it. We can do it. We can do it. We
Yeah,
can do
no.
it.
And then we're gonna be tag teaming in
Yeah.
October. So if anybody want to go support, that'd be nice.
What you
All
got
right.
coming up? What's your latest projects?
So Saturday, Saturday, Gloria Brown is going to be here, and she lost her son earlier this year. He was killed in New Orleans, so that one is going to be another amazing woman, another queen, showing her strength and her love because that's what she's doing. She's continuing to spread love. She has forgiveness in her heart, toward the person that took her child's life, and it's amazing for me to watch because I can't honestly say that I would have been able to handle it the same way, girl. I'd have been somewhere. I can't even say. Just like Miss Blossom, you can't say how you would respond. I just feel like the strength that she shows and the faith that she's displaying at this time, it's mind-boggling. Like it's gonna blow your mind when you see her speaking, and and it's so fresh and it's so new. So that's what I got coming up. And I'm gonna order some books, like you said. I'm gonna order some books because I had a couple people ask me for copies of the Gifted, the one that we just wrote. I'm a co-author in that one, so that was my first time. And let's see, I think that's it. I don't have anybody else scheduled on the books. I do have some pending, but none that I have on, schedule just yet. But that's okay because it's gonna fill up fast for October. I'm being careful. I'm being careful because Joshua's soccer season started, and that's another blessing today. I'm able to get him his soccer shoes. $300. I think they're actually like 250, but by the time you add the shipping and the taxes, and God blessed us with that money. I didn't get permission to disclose the name, but I really want to say to, family, thank you so much for supporting my son. That just means, I mean, the world. Whenever you have support for your children, I love it, and there's no feeling like it. Like Miss Blossom said, when she saw her name and they called her, for that show, she said there was no feeling like it. When you have support and you have people that love you and care about you and want you to succeed and they're willing to invest in you, there's no feeling like it. Because Sunshine cried yesterday about 3-4 times. I don't look like what I've been through, baby. Ain't that the truth?
That's right.
You don't look like what we've been through. So what else do you have coming up, ma'am?
I have Bust a Move, September 1st. Women's on One Accord, September 6th. I haven't got the dates yet for the other interviews. Last night I did the Wild Show with Miss Siobhan. And I have something coming up with Pastor Ed Everly. I have just follow my Facebook and my Instagram. Stay tuned.
I know, honey, you booked, ain't you?
Yes, ma'am. We booked and
We
busy.
Look, we both, and I forgot that I do. I have to speak at the women's shelter on Monday, and then I'm Sisters on One Accord September 13th. Yes.
Yep,
So
and
that's
we'll be in Alabama October 10th.
yeah, Alabama, October 10th. So it's moving right along.
Yes, ma'am.
Close this out because Miss Blossom was amazing. I just know that you popped in. We were going to do more like a round table, but she had told me right before we got started that she probably wasn't going to stay on very long because she was recovering from COVID. But she blew that one up. She
I
stayed and
needed to sit there and listen to her. It was meant for
me
me to be right here and listen to her because she blessed me.
He blessed me. She is a blessing. And so I cannot wait to go meet her in person.
Me
Oh
too.
my goodness. I hope she speaks too. I hope she on the program because I could listen to that all over again.
I know, and then she's so funny. We already be laughing at everything.
I'm
I
like,
wonder if they see me backstage laughing. I was laughing so hard.
I was like, this is supposed to be a serious topic, and we cracking up laughing, but that's what's needed, so people can understand that there's life after that. You can live life above the abuse. You could live life above the drugs, the molestation, whatever it is, because it's different for everybody. But yes, that blessed me so much. Well, we're gonna go ahead on and close out because I got a few things that I need to go do. Look, I'm gonna try to get her some of these since she says she want them.
For real. Let me look at them, put them close. Thank God for change. We would have tried to spin those at the store back in the gap.
Awesome said she could pass by me and take the blue out my shirt. Girl,
I heard her. I heard her.
Oh my gosh, that was funny. This was good. I enjoyed it, and I'm so thankful to God that that I didn't quit, because you really do miss some amazing opportunities if you throw in the towel just because it gets hard, just because it gets difficult, just because you think that nobody is watching, nobody is paying attention, and you don't have the support, because that is definitely a lie. That is a lie from the enemy, because you would be surprised at the people who say, girl, I love your show. I'd be like, really? I didn't even know you watched it. You blessed me the other night, tell you more about it than you can even remember. It's like, wow, okay. And had I closed it out, we wouldn't have met Miss Blossom. And then the next lady that reached out to me was Bougie Wow. The same day. Bougie Wow is her name. So I'm going to try to get with her. She's traveling around the country, letting everybody know that is her brand, Bougie Wow. So I can't wait for her to come share her testimony as well. Girl, you see, I done laid all back. You laid over there, and I'm laid over here too.
Because I was just over here listening. I had to get comfortable and tune in and lean in and listen to Miss Blossom because, like she said, we're going to be some millionaires one day. And we're going to stand on that because God going to give us beauty for our ashes. And we have a lot of ashes.
Girl, more ashes. Look, I need a little urn. And then I'm just going to go sprinkle them out because I want to be rid of all those ashes and bring in my beauty.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. All right. Well, y'all have an amazing night. Please come back here Saturday at 7 o'clock so that you can meet the amazing Gloria Berry Brown as she remembers, and we all with her, we're going to be remembering Shane. Just a very intelligent young man, gone too soon, but never forgotten. So thank y'all so much for joining. Go out and share a smile and spread some sunshine.
Bye, y'all.